Part 3, Helpful Strategies. There are 4 areas to consider when trying to help students who are gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender. The first area is your physical environment. The second area are your interactions. The third area is in advocacy. And the fourth area is in referrals. In your physical environment, you can create invitations that imply a more open and affirming space. If you look at your office or workspace, you look at common areas that you maybe have influence in, you can look at related books that would be positive and put those on your bookshelf. You can include artwork or symbols. These things create a visual experience to students that indicate that you are open to diversity, and any symbols that support diversity in general, and then in this case to gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender students, would at least give nonverbal ways of communicating your general support. You might assess your office space also in looking at, are there particular signs and symbols that could be particularly offensive to any group, and then make adjustments accordingly. You can also purchase safe zone or safe space stickers and place them on your door, your desk, in areas that students might see these, and especially after completing this training, that you could be more aware of providing that safe space for gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender students. The second area is looking at our general interactions, and to be aware of your attitudes and interactions that you have, of course, with gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender students. And there's a list here of things to look at. The ones that I would point out in particular are avoiding assumptions. And you may know that you have a gay student, but you don't really know what their experience is. So you want to be open and available if they need or want to talk to you. If they know you're supportive, then they're more likely to feel like that they can share something with you if they need to. The other area to consider is in stopping discriminatory remarks or actions. As an institution of higher education, we have the honor and responsibility of exploring a number and a multitude of topics, including social issues. Providing a variety of viewpoints in our classroom is a big part of the dialectic process, exploring those viewpoints, understanding what's behind those viewpoints. As you know, how viewpoints are expressed is important. Honest, respectful curiosity is great. We all want to be heard and respected. In the classroom, or in a meeting, or at a student activity, it's very important that you confront discriminatory remarks or actions, regardless of the target. The same holds true when gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender students are the target. Our actions when prejudice and discrimination occurs speak more than our words will ever express. Derogatory, hateful prejudices or discriminatory remarks have no place in the classroom or in the dialectic process, regardless of who the target of ridicule is. Please step in and stop discriminatory actions. After completing the Part 3 of this training, there's an article that you might want to consider that gives you much more in-depth examples, a few more in-depth examples on classroom situations, that was written by Alan Culpepper and Adam Scott here at Tulsa Community College. And that link will be, once you click out of Part 3, that link will be listed there, and you can read in more detail that particular article. And thank you to Alan and Adam for putting that material together. Another area to look at is in advocacy. To step up to be an ally for gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, questioning, queer students may be very helpful to them. Being willing to speak up, to educate those around you, to advocate for your colleagues. You can provide advocacy if a student is not being heard or needs help with resources or believes that they're being harmed because of who they are. Talk with the student about whether or not they want your help in opening a door or navigating TCC resources or policies. If the situation appears critical, follow the Title IX procedures and utilize the ethics hotline if you need to. If you're going to be an ally to diverse populations, including lesbian, gay, bisexual, intersex, queer, and questioning students, you can become a target of harassment and rejection and dismissiveness yourself. When you stand with an unpopular or oppressed group, you can sometimes become the target. Some people even within the gay community may challenge your motivation for standing with this group. If this comes within the gay community, I would suggest not taking it personally. Just have patience as they get to know you and as they begin to realize that you really are an ally. And if you need to, get outside to help for yourself. Some people may suggest conversion programs for LGBT people. Most professional organizations, including the National Association of Social Workers and the American Psychological Association, denounce these programs based on evidence of harm and ineffectiveness. A student may ask you about these programs, so you can share this information with them, what the NASW and the APA say, and I would also recommend you refer the student to a qualified counselor for exploration if they're considering conversion or reparative therapy for themselves. The last area to consider is in making referrals. Some LGBT students may need referral resources for support groups, counseling, legal help, etc. TCC has a Pride group. It meets predominantly at the Southeast campus, and we will have information about who to contact for that at the end of the presentation, and you can make contact or give students that resource. I suggest you build a good professional network, make good referrals. Not everyone is going to know how or feel comfortable serving LGBT students, and there are a number of resources that are provided with this training after Part 3 is over under the advocacy groups, resources, or read tabs for resources within TCC, within the community in this area, and also national resources. To summarize Part 3, basic helpful strategies including assessing your environment and creating safe spaces, providing supportive interactions, being an advocate, and making appropriate referrals.